Hi everybody, welcome to the Actors Academy. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's video is going to be about how to practice more and how to practice better. So practicing is a very important thing for anybody if you want to improve at any skill. Doesn't matter what it is. If you want to improve at piano, you want to improve at boxing, you want to improve at acting, whatever it is you want to improve on, you got to practice and you got to work. But you also have to work the right way and you also have to work smart. Because sometimes people think the more that I practice, the more hours I put in, the better I will get. Can be true, but it also is very false for most people. And here's the reason why. Imagine you wanted to become really good at basketball, and you wanted to get really good at being able to go and throw the ball into the net. But every single day, you wake up and you work for 6 to 8 hours a day. You're working long hours. But every day, you have the ball and you throw it at the bottom of the pool. Every single day. Are you ever going to get any good at throwing it in the net? No, you get great at throwing it at the bottom of the pool, but you're never going to be able to throw it into the net because you were practicing, yes, for 6 to 8 hours every day, but you were practicing the wrong way. I can take somebody else with acting, I can give them the right way to just practice for 2 hours a day, and they will get far better than the person who goes and practices the wrong way for 8 hours a day. Now, if you can practice the right way for 8 hours a day, boy, you can improve a lot. You can improve a ton. But if you're practicing the wrong way, no matter how many hours you put in, you're not really going to find much improvement at all. So here's the first thing that we got to talk about. We got to talk about the time, because you do have to put in time, but you have to find out throughout your day, when can you get this time? Really, the best thing to do is to create a list for yourselves. I do this every single morning. I go and I create a list. Sometimes I'll just do it on the weekend, and I create it for the whole week, because sometimes my days will shift and change, so it's better to just get everything out when I can. So what I'll do is I get a pen and paper, do it all old school style. It helps me remember it best. I usually tend to find this helps other people more than just say typing it out. Especially doesn't help at all if you try to remember it all in your head. Because then throughout the day you start forgetting what you have to do, or you don't organize things in the proper way, and you figure out, oh, you actually didn't have time to do the other 10 things you had on your list or on your mind to do. So you have this list, you write it out. One of the mistakes that people will make is they put too many things on their list. You have to do what will actually be comfortable and workable for you. Let's say you wanted to become a great actor. Well, don't just put on day one, okay, I'm going to go and work 6 hours today. Because you're not used to that type of practice, and you're also just starting out, you're going to burn yourself out really quickly. Just get on a solid hour. Find out when you can do it. Maybe it's an hour in the morning, maybe it's an hour at night, maybe you're splitting it up throughout the day. Maybe it's a half hour in the morning, half hour at night. Whatever you're able to work out. Everyone's schedule is different. But you actually have to go and you have to write it out when you plan to work. If you plan to work at 8 o'clock on your acting, then practice at 8 o'clock on your acting. Don't go and get soft on yourself and say, I'll hold it off till 10. You got to stay honest to it. But it's much easier to stay honest to a solid list that you have. Then ideally from here, as the days go by, as the weeks go by, you gradually build it up more so you can accomplish more. So this here tends to solve some of our time problems. It tends to help us stay consistent and get enough hours in on our practice. We tend to make room for things. If we figure out, oh, I need to work 4 hours today on getting better at basketball, whatever it is, then you also learn to make time for yourself to be able to get those 4 hours in. So that's where the list comes in great handy. Next comes down to the quality. Your quality of practice has to be very proficient. It has to be a good quality of practice. Again, like the other example I gave earlier, great hours, bad quality, doesn't work. You have to have great hours and great quality to really see great improvement if you really want to move forward quicker. So how do you get good quality practice? Well, let's say you want to become a basketball player. You get good basketball training. You want to become a pianist, you get good piano training. So you do take the training into consideration that you're getting. But then what you also have to do is you have to create a space for yourself to work. And this is a very big problem that I see with many people is they don't have a great space to work. So now they create the time, okay? They get the training that they need, but then when they actually go and practice, they don't have the space to actually practice. And what do I mean by the space? What I mean is that they don't create an environment for them to work. So for example, if you have computers around, technology, you have friends over, or you're in a place where a lot of people can kind of bother you and get into the way of your practice, you're not going to get a full practice in. It can turn an hour-long practice into more of a 10-20 minute practice. If someone is going and practicing and they're working, they have a solid hour set to practice. They have their phones with them and their computers, and then they end up going on Instagram, and before you know it, a lot of time will go by. So that solid hour of practice that you should have had can easily turn into a 20-minute practice session, which then you're not getting a full hour in. You can only say that you got a full 20 minutes of practice in. So you really have to create for yourself a space for you to practice. When you have to practice, don't have your phone around, don't have your computer around. Get into a space where you can actually work and you don't have anything around to distract you. That will give you your best quality of practice. The list helps give you the time to practice. Creating a space for yourself to practice gives you the ability to have your best quality of practice during that time period. So I hope this video helps you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you guys. Also, I'll be leaving the 10-hour acting masterclass down in the description below and also in the comment section if you guys are interested in that. It takes about 2 minutes or so to sign up, as well as the 10 acting resume templates. Alrighty, see you guys next time. Bye guys.